Welcome to Rock Talk Lapidary, your podcast for everything rocks.
Coming to you every Thursday 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and tap that bell. Let's get rockin'.
I don't know what that was about, but craziness. Okay, welcome. So glad to see everybody here tonight. We have a fantastic show lined up for you with tons of surprises and new things. You guys are going to be blown away by what we learn tonight. I guarantee it. So, welcome to Rock Talk Lapidary. You're on my channel, Chips and Fabric Art. I teach from lapidary and how to carve stone and how to polish stone and how to make jewelry and just a little bit of everything. I'm no expert, so I just share what I know with you guys, and sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, but usually if I'm right, I make sure that it stays up for you guys to see. With some of Lapidary's most influential and creative people here, we are going to learn so much from our guest tonight, Lapidary Dave and his friend Sprite. So I just want you to know, from beginner, master, lapidary, to beginner. I said that wrong. It's okay. Spotify viewers, I'm so sorry you're having to listen to me jumble through my words, but I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everybody being here. This week we are going to be doing a giveaway, so if you, just like every week, so if you are watching and you're watching from a link on Facebook, you'll need to log into YouTube so you can comment live. That's how you win. Everybody that comments during our live videos gets entered into the drawing at the end of the day, or the end of the show. And I'm the one in charge of doing giveaways tonight. So we're going to do 3. So we're going to pull 3 names, because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people here in the comments tonight. So if you're a lucky winner, we'll talk about how you can get a hold of us later. Courtney is very good at helping me for that. So we meet here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and that's 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Now let's get through this intro stuff so we can bring our big guests on, because I'm super stoked. But we do have some housekeeping to take care of. I'm going to introduce all of our co-hosts real quick. We have Lapidary Dave. David Layton. I was looking at Lapidary Dave in the background. Not a bad thing to get confused with him, is it?
It's going to be a little difficult tonight, isn't it? So, Kirsten, while I'm doing my little part here, everybody's been trying to get your attention. Your mic is messed up, but we've got the robot thing going on. Yeah, your mic is messed up. Hi, everybody. Good to see everybody out there tonight. We got one more week here that we get to be together, so that's a great thing. I'm Dave with Rock Tumblers for Autism, and we buy rock tumblers and give to kids who have autism. And so the Lapidary is the way that I've chosen mostly to support it. We're also all co-hosts here and all friends. So, tune into us every week. If you get a chance, come and visit some of the people you see here. You'll see them on our Lapidary show. Go send them an email or go send them a chat somewhere on Facebook.
Thanks,
What's up,
Dave.
everybody? You go ahead, Courtney.
Hi, everybody. I'm Courtney King with CNS Services, Cabs and Stones. I cut cabs. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on my website, which is cabsandstones.com. I cut cabs. I sell slabs. I do anything and everything rock related because rocks are the best. Ryan, what you got?
I am Ryan Brown from Glacier Bros Gym Co. We do live sales of rough and slabs on Facebook 5 nights a week. And I just love stones. So if you got questions, feel free to ask anytime. Let's have some fun.
There you go. Hi, Matt.
Hey, I'm Matt, Redbeard's Rocks and Stems. I do some slabbing, some cutting, some cabbing, fiddling around mostly. Haven't got real serious about it yet, but moving in that direction.
There you go. Okay, so I guess until Kirsten comes back, We do a new thing now. It's a viewer spotlight. And tonight's spotlight is Frank. And Ryan's going to talk a little bit about Frank.
Oh, my buddy Frank Brown and his wife Twyla. They are good friends. They're part of my rock family and this rock family. He's a really good artist. Look at this.
Love it.
That is too
Awesome
cute.
Groot.
So we're just going to show a few pictures that Frank sent in to us.
Wow,
So
that
that's
forward
cool.
height. That's
Yeah, that's
awesome.
cool. Very nice.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I like
Whoa.
that.
Wow, Frank, that's amazing. Is that
Nice work,
carnelian?
Frank.
Wow.
That's great.
Very, very cool. Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Those are
Yep.
pretty neat. Those are pretty neat.
Frank,
Okay,
you
so
are a
that's
talented man.
What is that? Surfite?
No, that's Fordite. That's gotta
yeah, I
be
Is that
think that's
Fordite?
Fordite
Okay.
too. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
My
So
screen's
that's
super small, so
right. So that's some of Frank's work. So
Yeah.
awesome, Frank. Good job. Appreciate you being here. And I guess what we'll do next is just go ahead and start the show. We'll bring on Dave. We'll bring on Sprite. They're our guests tonight, and we'll
So excited, guys.
talk
They are
about some rocks.
very
Ready?
influential people in
All
Lapidary.
right.
This is gonna be great.
Yes, this is Lapidary Dave. This is Sprite. Hi, guys.
hey guys.
Hi, I'm
What's up,
Lapidary Dave. I shine rocks in my grandma's garage.
Nice.
And he's not lying.
Right. And what about you, Sprite?
Okay. Well, I can usually be found at some kind of a gem event somewhere or other, and walking around and meeting people. And right now, I'm talking to y'all from South Florida. But I'm usually these days based around northern New Mexico.
Okay.
hmm
You ever come to Maryland?
I've been through there, but it's been a long time since I've been on the Eastern Seaboard. I
Okay.
just
Not
got
a,
here, and my original plan in 2018, I was gonna do the Florida to New York thing, but I got stuck in Santa Fe, and um, this is my first time back to the East in a
okay.
long
Yeah, New
time.
Mexico's beautiful.
It can
If
be, yeah.
you ever come through Maryland, let me know.
Nice, thank you, Courtney.
Sure, sure. So what's been going on with you guys? Dave, what's been going on with you? What's new?
Not much. Me and Sprite got back from the Tucson Gem Show. He was there for the full monkey. That was ended February 14th, I believe. And then I've just been hiding in Southern California to get away from the cold. I believe Sprite's pretty much been in Florida since then.
Yeah, I got here. I went back to a little town called Chimayo and got my stuff together, and then I got the call to come to Florida, and I'm here to see my mommy
Oh,
and
nice.
my sister and her husband and their son. It's been nice. Yeah.
So, for those of you that don't know, me and Sprite go way back. He actually got me into the scene. He really inspired me to do the rock thing, not just cutting, but he taught me how to shop. He taught me how to buy. I probably saved 15 years in the industry of learning how to buy something affordably, learning where to buy it, how to source the material, how to talk to these folks, how to make friends in the scene instead of just making a couple dollar deals. Huge inspiration in my life. Wouldn't be where I am today doing what I do today if it wasn't for this guy. But that's not why we brought him on here. He has so much to say. I figured we would talk about the gem show, maybe a little bit um, how it's been past and present, and what to expect in the future in the scene.
Mm.
A lot of things changing, shifts going on right now. There's a lot of misinformation, even more than the changes. And yeah, I think that's why we're here. I love this guy. Wait, I love both these guys, but I like that guy. Is
That's very cool. That's very cool. It's always nice if you can meet somebody that knows a lot of stuff that's willing to share. So I think that's awesome. I think
I
that's awesome.
definitely am all about sharing, and I got into it not so much the business side, but as a collector. And so my focus has always kind of been toward um, sourcing out material and just kind of grooving on the interactions of the different people over the years. And you, is that an eagle? What was that? Um, yeah,
No question.
there's a lot of really cool characters in the rock and mineral scene, and so it's just been delightful. Just hanging out with the rascals and the angels and everybody in between, and I don't know. I can't go too long without it, but yeah, I guess there's a show coming up here. I'm gonna stay for it. There's maybe a West Palm Beach gem show. I just heard about it today, so I have to find out. Redbeard
there.
knows?
That
Matt?
HB, is that the one you're talking about? HB something or another?
I don't know. I was at a bead shop in the afternoon before I rushed here.
I got
and,
a flyer on it here somewhere.
Okay,
Matt's in St. Augustine.
that's farther away. That's
Yeah, it's north. It's more north.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm more north. We actually have a show up here this weekend too.
Oh,
But I
that's
think-
where your show is. This one's going to be early April, maybe.
I think that's the big HB. It's a higher end show.
Interesting.
I'll see if I can find it.
Well, these folks are beaders. They have a bead shop, and so they're going to be set up there. And that's really about all I know. So I'm curious to see. But I figured I was going to stay to the end of the month. But if I have to stay a few days extra for this,
If you have to.
I wish them luck. It's so hard being a bead dealer in today's world.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
well, there's one shop down here. She's been around for at least 20 years. And yeah, the scene has changed down in South Florida. I've been gone for a long time, but there was definitely a little bit more of the crystal new agey kind of thing going on. And I don't know. We'll see what happens.
So it's H&R Gem shows, and it's from March 31st to April the 2nd.
And where is that?
And that's in Palm Beach.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I have been to that. If it's at the fairgrounds there, that's a fun little show. Yeah, I used to go from Tucson, fly to the Palm Beaches, do that little show, and then make my way back across the country, and just kind of, the Stones would carry me from town to town to Denver, Durango. Durango's got a cute show at their
Durango
fairgrounds.
Four Corners show is one of the best in America, I think.
You
What's
heard
up,
that?
It's
Hey,
Does it sound like robots
Yeah,
again?
you sound
you
like
sound
you
like a
sound
human.
now. Welcome to the show, Kirsten.
Thank you. It's good to be here. I apologize, everybody. I had no idea. I was so focused. Yeah.
So I have a question, Dave and Sprite. What was y'all's favorite show of this year so far? What was your favorite show this season?
This year, I think I've just hit Tucson.
Oh, okay. That's
Um,
an easy answer then.
yeah, but my favorites in general is Tucson and Denver.
Oh, okay.
Those are,
Okay.
yeah.
I think, I like Tucson, Denver, and Buena Vista.
Yeah, I was just,
And,
I had Buena Vista in my head, but I didn't want to say it.
But Tucson for sure. I mean, it's kind of like no matter how much you like Denver, it's still 20 times better in Tucson.
Yeah.
The thing about Tucson is, the long story short is, you should not expect to get unique materials at its best price there anymore. Those days are done.
In Denver?
Yeah, 22nd Street's like
Tucson.
$10,000 for a 10 by 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Keno is really affordable, but they put you in the back in the dirt lot next to the porta potties for $3,800, which is actually a steal.
Gosh.
That's a steal
Wow.
compared to some other venues.
Courtney, I think we're going to Denver.
What?
Yeah, hang out with you guys.
in September?
Yeah, you gotta go, dude. It's Denver's great.
Denver
but
used
yeah, Tucson.
Denver used to have a spring show, unless I'm in a different timeline.
No, it
But
is. So I found out from the Armando family that there is a show. I think. Never mind. No, Denver, Tucson has a couple shows. There's two big ones, and then one smaller one. And I
Okay.
feel like there's one in September right before Denver, and I'm gonna
Oh,
go to
okay.
check that
Okay.
out.
wait, what's before Denver?
Tuesday,
Oh, you cut out
so
for a
it'll be the
sec.
same people making the circuit.
Dave, you cut out for the last 5 seconds. You got to re-say what you just said, brother.
So the smaller one in Tucson is right
yeah,
before
so-
Denver. Is that what you were saying?
Right, and so all the shows are hosted by different venues. Like, there won't be like anybody there you can't catch in January and February.
Okay.
So I mean, it's nice, but if you're gonna go in January and February, it's almost not like you gotta go kind of thing.
Oh, you're talking about in Tucson? I'm sorry, I'm getting
No, maybe
called away
I'm
by
being
this.
confused. Yeah, in Tucson, there's one in September right before Denver.
Okay, right.
that people do.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever made that one.
And I think it's the 22nd Street people and the Keno people.
Okay. That just a little taster.
Robert
Yeah.
Roberts says that there's a spring show in Denver the 7th through 9th of April.
Nice.
Yeah, actually,
All right, I
One
want to
thing-
do that one.
there's a bunch. There's a bunch in Denver because Denver's such a. There's like straight up gem shows and then there's jewelry shows. There was a good one that just happened like 2 weeks ago that I wish I could have been to.
Denver did?
Yeah, and like I said, so in Denver. I think there's 16 different venues,
Oh wow.
and a couple of them happen throughout the year. And what it's becoming, it's starting to become like the festival circuit. They want like people to have every single weekend between like spring and fall dedicated to gem shows, and so
Right.
they make sure not to step on the other big shows' toes. But it's becoming everything. There's a good show every weekend.
That was going to be a question I was going to ask you, David, about the prices for boothing and the situation, so much money. If that's what was causing those to go up, is because the show has become so popular that everyone wants in and everyone wants to go see it.
I wish it's greed.
Is it just greed, you think?
There's way more than enough room for everybody, for sure.
That's too bad.
Yeah, like 22nd Street show, they just built a whole nother tent. Those people in the new tent are still paying $10,000 for a 10 by 10, and they're getting moved to a tent that people aren't comfortable with without even telling them. They just show up there and they're like, "Hey, you're going to be in this new tent," completely ruining somebody's show.
Wow. I can't even imagine. I would be so angry.
Oh man,
Like, there's no recourse, right? Like, there's nothing they could
I mean,
do.
what are you going to do? I mean, a lot of people pay before they get there. One thing that was really uncomfortable for me, and I'm only talking about it because we made it through it, and it actually we got really lucky. Is we were in Keno. My grandmother went to the same show 30 years. We paid before we got there, and Keno moved us without telling us to the very back of the show. Location is everything in these gem shows. You can sell
Right.
stuff for the price, but if nobody's seeing you, nobody's going to buy from you.
That's
Where's
right.
the smallest potato at our gem show? My grandma makes drums. I sell turquoise cabs sometimes. We sold out in a couple days. But, the poor people who were around us were just devastated. It ruined their entire year, some of them.
Wow.
Location is everything, and you have to be transparent.
Right.
There's no reason not to be transparent with these things. Like my friend from Ethiopia, one of the biggest Ethiopian dealers at the 22nd Street show, totally got tricked to going into this new tent in 22nd Street. One of my friends at the Red Lion, they were trying to put him in this convention center. That people in there, some of those people in there didn't sell anything. The
Oh,
entire,
That's too
In
bad.
that box.
Oh wow.
you know what I'm
that-
talking
wow.
about?
The
Sprite?
big cube.
Yeah, it's like a cube, and there's like metal stairs
Yeah.
to get in it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's people walk
Location is
right
everything.
by that all the time. There used to
Anybody
be There used to be Moldavite in there. Maybe there still is, but that was the thing that would draw people in, was the Moldavite dealer, whoever that was.
Don't go off, Kirsten.
I won't.
She
Anybody
wants to
planning on doing
destroy
Denver?
Moldavite.
Or anybody planning on doing Denver and Tucson? Go for a year. Don't just jump into it. You could wreck yourself hard because
Right.
it's not just your 10,000 for a 10 by 10. Say you don't know who to talk to for an affordable Airbnb or a hotel or what time to book,
Right.
and you're gonna end up paying $20,000 for you and your crew. And
Wow.
do a year.
Wow.
Do a year. Talk. Make the venue manager show you where he's gonna put you.
Right.
They're really, for the most part, kind of greedy, in my opinion. I mean, that's just
Well,
the way they have no
Dave-
connection to the scene.
Sounds like it's time for us to get together and create our own festival.
That's where I was
Yeah,
going.
right? Right?
Yeah, and
Hey,
and
the
I'll tell
Upper
you something.
Peninsula of Michigan where we live has nothing, and we could make something bomb up here. I love
Nice.
it.
Oh,
You got
yeah.
the copper, huh? You got the old copper.
They got the beautiful cone of dolomite up there.
Lake Superior agates,
Oh man,
Yeah.
jasperite everywhere.
absolutely, and it's a beautiful place to party, right? It's close to Marquette.
Yep.
It's a pretty place.
But wait a
Utah
minute,
would
up
be
here where
fun,
I'm at
too.
in Oregon, we have more kinds of jasper than almost every state in the union. What's wrong with doing it up here?
No, that's where we put our spring one, and then the summer one is in Michigan.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
There you
Dave,
go.
it's
Hey,
'cause
you don't want to
Spring
come up
break,
here in the
spring
winter.
break in Marquette with the bikini babes and mosquito boys, and then summer in
See,
Oregon.
there's the secret. Spring in Oregon, you still can't wear bikinis.
Yeah.
Yes. Spring in Oregon's still cold. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what? I've been telling people
Spring
that
in
there
Florida.
are so many restaurants that would love to just get paid $2,000 to let them host a show there. They'll let the public use their bathroom. They would die. There's a restaurant right outside of Jogs, a burger place that never sells anything. They're just empty all of the time. They would love to host a show there. And we can just keep it like you have to mine your material or work your material. There's an application process. Keep it mom and pop. Advertise it as mom and pop. And they would love to let you use the bathroom, or maybe put something in there and take it. I don't know. It could be done. It could be done, people. I'm telling you.
It can be.
I saw a lot of different ones come and go on different vacant street corner lots.
Tell them about
And-
the old miners co-ops, right?
Yeah, well, okay, I was getting to that. That was next to Keno Park, kind of where the hospital is now, and the soccer fields. And so it was right next to the Keno show. You just step right over. I think the road was even a dirt road then. And it was just all the old timers. It was grandma and grandpas in their RVs with their stuff set out. And it was super cool. It was right there. Now it's 10 miles, 14 miles out of town. And it's all right, but it's just not a part of it's not a part of the scene. It doesn't have any walk-in traffic. It's only got people going straight to it.
Were they
And
forced out?
I don't know the politics of what went on.
Yeah, they didn't want people in the soccer field because the kids play. I think it's like in season for the kids playing soccer or something.
It was a gravel lot. It wasn't even a soccer
It wasn't
field.
even the soccer field.
No,
Somebody told me
that
they were
went
actually
on.
in the soccer field.
No, there wasn't a lot of paved stuff then, and I mean, like I think I heard you talking to somebody else about how there are forces trying to push the show to Vegas. That kind of goes in my mental compartment with that same kind of stuff. It's just like some people just want to really diminish the show, and other people think it's the best thing for that town.
Vegas is a terrible idea.
People who don't do Gem Show hate Gem Show in Tucson.
I was told to stay
I
away.
imagine.
And
I have a good buddy who used to make the trek down every winter. He was kind of a snowbird dude, and he would tell me to avoid Tucson in the winter because you can't get a hotel. There's so much traffic, and they were working on the highways a lot back then too. So I never even went to Gem Show all through the 90s, and I would be in Tucson's at other times of the year visiting and stuff, but Man, I missed a lot of gem shows.
So Vegas went around passing out pamphlets trying to get people to go to Vegas. Free hotel rooms for vendors, free RV camping,
That sounds good. Just don't do it the
free
same
play
time
at the
as
casino
Tucson.
if you've been there every day, like hooking it
Wow.
up, right?
They
But
should do Vegas Christmas time or something.
that would be
Right.
cool.
Right.
There
Go
is a show in
courtside
Vegas.
Vegas.
Someone used to do it. And then I hear that not is it Stoddard Wells in Quartzsite? Might be Stoddard Wells, not Stoddard Wells. There's a show in Quartzsite across from where the powwow is that's starting to want to do a contract. I hear
Not
where they
Desert
want,
Gardens.
yeah, Desert Gardens, where it's one of the two where they don't want people leaving to go to Tucson. Like you have to sign a contract saying that you're gonna have something there the entire time, and
Well,
everyone's
Wow.
This year was funny because it was very noticeable that the Schoolie Palooza that was happening out by
Blythe.
Quartzsite, I guess. Okay, so that's where all the crusty kids, all the train hoppers, and
the gutter punks
the gutter punks, and everybody who would usually be on the street and the sidewalk in Tucson peddling their stuff or
playing
doing
banjo.
whatever. Yeah, sure. All their dogs. So they were there, and I figured that some deals were made to keep them all over there because it was like the last 2 or 3 days of the show, and then you start to see people. Like they must have made an arrangement. All right, Schoolie Palooza can go to the last weekend, and then we're gonna let them all go. And so then you see everybody with their tie-dye buses and everything.
Tie-dye buses.
This year they were not around for most of the show, and I'm guessing that they're having a lot of fun over by Quartzsite. But I always tell people if they're going to do the Quartzsite show, bring your own water, bring your own food. Services there are meager.
Huh.
Dave, what do you think?
In Quartzsite
Yeah.
or Blythe, yeah, there's one good restaurant, Garcia's, and the waitresses are notoriously mean.
Ah.
And I love them to death. I like it like that. No, it's bad unless you like Burger King every day.
I don't. Yeah.
No,
No,
I don't even
Quartzsite's
like Burger King every other day.
Quartzsite's
all
a
the
great
spots in Denver.
a great RV show, a great camp out. I think it would even be a good thing to do like family reunions or something like that, and just have people meet there. But you really, it's almost like how the Burning Man people all prepare, and they just have their stuff down. You could do Quartzsite, but man, don't be a newbie and expect other people to be giving you sandwiches and stuff.
Be a
Right,
good place to take a
right.
food truck, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you got some coconut curry and some jasmine rice and stuff like that.
Are you hungry?
Yeah, well, it just needs
Right.
good food out there. It really does. Anything would be an addition, but it's just I only ever stopped there for gas, going to California and stuff like that. And it wasn't until later on that I knew about the gem show there. And I have to say there is a lot of cool people there, and it's scrappy though. It's scrappy.
Slow year in Quartzsite, big time this year, but a lot of cool, unique miners and mom and pop, which is always great to see for me. That's why I go to Quartzsite. I don't want to go buy, lapis from an Afghan dealer I can talk to in Tucson. I want to go talk to Casey Santi out of Idaho selling his agates and jaspers. I want to go talk to Stanley Opal Man over there hustling outside of the powwow entrance. It was a super slow year. I feel bad for folks that vended there, but a lot of good vendors, and it's cheap anyway at the powwow.
I saw you talking to Black Opal Direct the other day. I love Justin, man.
Yo, I'll tell you the truth, and if Justin watches this, he can correct me. I felt like this dude has just had it by the time I talked to him. There's a camera in my face. Great. you know. And my friends were like, "Oh, I disagree. I think he was happy to talk to you." And I'm like, "I don't know, man." You know, he gets a lot of people there, like who are starstruck and stuff. And I didn't. Shout out to my friend John Cook who hooked that up for me. He actually shouted me out on his channel. I've never heard him shout out another artist before. Thank
Nice.
you, Justin. He looked
awesome.
so over it though. Justin,
I saw Jaws Jr. just talking about the Idaho Rock Shop does really, really well at Quartzsite. And it makes me think it must really be about connections and who you know, how long you've been doing it or been in the industry that you can connect with because of the way that they're set up.
oh yeah, definitely. There's people who've been doing it for 50-something years.
Wow.
And there's people who are doing repeat business there. Some people, people that are doing, even people who do great in Quartzsite can't afford to go do Tucson. And,
Wow.
like my friend Casey Santee, if he sold $10,000 worth of agates and jaspers that he put sweat, blood, and tears to go harvest, and he made $10,000 in Quartzsite, is he going to spend all that and then some just to go to Tucson? Like,
Right.
it's rough.
No way.
So I feel like if you have a unique material or an American harvested material, regional material, Quartzsite is good. If you're getting started in the scene, go to Quartzsite and then go feel out Tucson. Don't just jump in. The Quartzsite's still potential. Tons of potential.
I'm going to tell you the honest truth, guys. Forget Quartzsite. In late June, Cheerston is hosting the event of the year.
What is it?
Everyone's welcome. What weekend is it, Dave?
I believe it's going to be the weekend of the right around the 20th, the 21st, right in there.
We're going to go rock hounding as many different locations I know of in the Salt Lake Central Valley area, which includes as far south as Lake Orem, and then up to Heber, and then out to Tooele and where the Dugway geode beds are, and then back to Salt Lake, and then Ogden, where I have opalized dendritic opal. Anyways, it's going to be fun. We're all going to get together, and everybody's welcome to come with us.
Nice. Will there be more information closer to that time?
Yeah, let us know the dates. Definitely let us know the dates.
This started out with me going on vacation to see my grandkids who live just down the road a little ways from Cheerston.
Nice. Geodes sound pretty tasty.
Oh, right? I love Dugway geodes. They have like amethyst flower quartz clusters, and that is one of my favorite things in the whole world. So yeah, I'm super excited to go back. It's been a few years for me, so.
I want to take a minute to talk about some of the new stuff that you guys saw this year that you were showing us, like the shungite you were showing us and stuff like that. You want to go over some pictures really quick on stuff?
Yeah, let's show the shungite. So Sprite was with me, and it was the second year I saw this stuff. Shungite from Colombia. It looks just like the Elite. I didn't see the chemical analysis on paper until later in the show, but it's supposedly 93% carbon opposed to 99.9. It's probably not the same metaphysically. There's a gentleman named Vladimir who really got the material going in the United States and kind of everywhere in the world. And he says it's not the same. You saw some of that, right, Sprite? Where you were the two hip Colombian guys at the Mineral Mile were selling it $50 a pound or a kilo. I don't remember, but it's like,
wow.
Here's the thing. Folks who buy shungite, especially Elite, make sure to ask if it's Colombian from now on, because you will get hustled. It's a 10th or 20th of the price. So it's going to trick a lot of people. Yeah, the ethics might stay for the next person, and then the person they sell it to, and maybe the person they sell it to, but eventually it's going to get hustled as Russian.
Yeah.
So be careful, folks who are into shungite. I'm not a big crystal medicine person, but I'm not a crystal medicine dude.
I am. I love it.
I'm a huge conspiracy theorist. I love all that kind of stuff.
I might be called
Me too.
I might be called a metaphysician, but Shungite and I don't really bond. But I do kind of remember when we saw and had the conversation about the two types, and so yeah, that's one of those things. I guess it's like licorice, you know. If you like licorice, you really like licorice, and
But it's not like, let's say, I did a video on gaspiite recently, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's a nickel carbonate. It's gaspiite." Gaspiite only comes from Quebec, right? Carnelian originally comes from uh, India. It comes from Jaipur. Everything else, you're just giving things a name. For those that care about their champagne coming from the Champagne region, it should be known, and you're hustling people otherwise. I think it's important. I don't know. I like.
So I didn't know what it was, and you guys were talking about carbon and all that. So it's an oil shale, which I find very interesting.
no wonder I don't.
So very interesting. Yeah, it's petroleum based.
No wonder, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm much more into the silicates, for sure. Those are my buds, my little friends.
I'm always wearing amber and turquoise.
Amber's a good one for sure, and I have mad respect for turquoise.
Somebody, Lone Mountain Turquoise Company, probably gave Sprite $4,500 worth of their high end. They thought he was Lapidary Dave. Gave him $4,500.
I'm like, okay, thanks.
They just gave it to him. And Sprite's such a sweetheart. He sent me home with it. We got to divvy it up.
You
I'm
have
gonna let him
that
pick the first piece. I'll pick
That's
the next
great.
piece.
It was fun. It was, yeah. What a scene! Oh man, we should have had that on tape. Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, thanks. All right. Well, I was having a good day.
Another material that Sprite would know a lot more about than I would that came onto the scene is something that I literally have never seen in person and is extremely hard to find online, and it's terminated rose quartz. People out there watching this are going to be like, "Oh, what do you mean? I got a bunch of it from TikTok for $6 a pound."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's probably the rarest crystal formation in nature, like one of them naturally. And especially just the clusters are more common. And Sprite was telling me, he has seen them before, but it's like every decade it'll come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Hit that pocket. This year, I'm sorry, Sprite.
Not even just hitting a new pocket, but the same batch. Because I told you that the stuff that Ken got also came in the same little styrofoam things. I just know that it's from the same batch. It's just It's just 12, 15 years old, and it's just making an appearance.
These extremely rare rose quartz crystals being sold in takeout styrofoam boxes.
Just the trays and rubber bands. Just.
I have a question about that. So I know that China grows a lot of crystals. Is that something that perhaps they're growing and pushing out, or is this for sure dug out of the ground? You know the location where it comes from.
It's for sure dug out of the ground. It's this particular batch that I just that I stole images off of Etsy to give to Ryan. Came from Brazil. Okay. Those are all Brazilian. All the new stuff was Brazilian. There was one specimen from, I think, Afghanistan, maybe the size of a grapefruit. That was about, I think it was $10 million.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
And so,
like red barrel prices.
I think I have that laying around.
I might have peed a little.
Yeah, he's got it laying around. And so everybody knows the one or two people who were bringing in the market from Brazil.
Okay. So it is coming from a trusted, reliable source. It's not grown.
Right. And a lot of the folks, like in the Mineral Mile, who were selling it, had like chemical analysis paperwork for it and stuff. Not that that's not extremely easy to fake in your grandma's inkjet with your grandma's inkjet. I'm like,
I have seen some amazing crystal formations from Brazil, though. They have a lot from there. My favorite rutilated quartz comes from there for sure.
Oh,
But,
for sure.
even from Brazil is not super cheap. So just something for everybody to remember out there. If it seems too good to be true, it's too good to be true. $6 a pound. A pound. I mean, come on.
Well, that'll be for the block of just rose quartz.
Yeah.
That's just smashed and then the pieces of it. But for the individual little crystal formations like that.
Frank Brown in chat says it looks like nothing that was coming out of Colombia in the 70s. I totally believe that.
Is he
Colombian
talking
crystal-
about the Shatterkite or rose quartz?
No, the rose quartz.
From Colombia?
Yeah, that does look a lot different.
I don't.
Colombian crystals just look different than Brazilian. I mean,
The
Sorry.
Liberians do.
Crystal aficionado
I'm
and,
a crystal nut. I'm a shape nut, is what I was called.
and he could tell crystal from Brazilian right away.
Well, I was
That's
going to
cool.
say about. I don't know if that. We'll see. I could tell some of them. But what I do feel like I can tell is when I walk by lab-grown crystals. They just are. They feel different to me.
They
And,
do.
yeah, I don't.
Their
know.
aura is off.
Yeah, there's something funky. I like that. I like the idea of growing sapphire and ruby and stuff like that, and then using that for cutting material. I think that's fantastic.
Instead of wasting the real stuff.
Yeah, the real ones or the the natural ones. I just like crystals in general, so I don't like to see when something with nice. What am I thinking of, Dave? The tip, good facets on natural facets. I don't like when that gets all chopped up. David likes to get my favorite stones and drill holes through them, and I'm like, no.
Oh. For me, when I have like a cab of dinosaur bone and someone just like drills a hole right through the top of the cab, kills me every time.
Well, lab-grown material does not bother me. What it does is it creates a market for people who cannot obtain or maybe can't afford the real thing. But the dishonesty in it, not telling people that you're giving them lab-grown materials, that's what bothers me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's back to that ethical,
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Like you're selling lab-treated Andamuka and saying that it's Hunter and Opal or something like
Right.
that.
Scoundrels.
I've seen it. I've seen it though.
Is that
I've
right?
seen it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If anybody has a good source for affordable Andamuka, let me know. The only stuff I saw in Tucson was like $10 a gram.
Oh, I got
think
you.
that's
I got you.
way too much.
Hit me up when the show's over. I got
I
it.
want to
guys.
do a whole video on sugaring it up. You know what I looked for and I couldn't find when it comes to made stuff? I wanted to buy fake moldavite, and I could not find it. At the show.
Just go break a Heineken bottle.
Yeah, I was going to say 7.
Kirsten can tell you how to find it.
I wanted to find a good fake.
I'll tell you where to go.
What's it great? The Bridewell stone. You guys know that material?
Yeah.
I've heard that
That's
name.
super cool, and that's man-made. I like it way more than Victoria. I don't see the craze for Victoria. I appreciate it, and I appreciate people who do like it, but I'm not into that stuff.
Is that the blue
My
stuff?
favorite is Starburst out of Australia. That's my favorite. Starburst out of Australia. They're fantastic.
They are. Yeah.
They're fantastic.
It's very similar to the old Victoria.
But they have so many colors.
I've got so much of that stuff. It's ridiculous. I need to start cutting it again. But I've got some Bridewell too. Bridewell's fun to cut.
Well, and Jaws Jr. just brought up, he said in that ethical thing, people selling stuff that has been claim jumped or people going in, you get some of the material that's out there. Somebody comes and wants to sell you material that's so far under market value. There's usually a little suspicion that goes with that. And I met somebody a couple of years ago that was selling some of the fire obsidian for almost nothing. And then, of course, I got to talking to Jaws Jr., and that was about the time come to find out a bunch of it had got stolen off of the claim up there. The guy was selling it out of the rest area over by Burns, Oregon. And so there's those things like that. There's a lot of this going on. As a matter of fact, we just had, I don't know if you guys know who Polka Dot Agate Mine Richardson's Rock Ranch up here in Oregon are. Polka Dot Agate just lost literally tens and tens of thousands of dollars worth of Blue Mountain Jasper and equipment. Richardson Ranch just got hit for a bunch of their materials and some equipment. It's going on quite a bit right now. And so when you see that material out there, if again, they're selling it so far under, the people are stealing anything they can get their hands on. I hate to see it in the rock market because it has really started to make a difference.
I hate to see it anywhere. Get a job, dude.
Right?
I had a
Right.
good
Yeah,
buddy.
there's no reason for it.
Had a good buddy that was on the show. Somebody tried to break into his warehouse while he was in the hospital not too long ago, getting a procedure done.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That's just evil.
TJ?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And you know what they do is these guys stole barrels upon barrels of Blue Mountain Jasper. So good windowed Blue Mountain Jasper was selling $25, $30 a pound. When that happens, the market becomes bare, and it jumps the prices that you and I pay now for the real stuff. That jumps our price up, which means goes back out to whoever we're dealing with. It's a pretty rough ordeal.
Yeah,
I think as the economy gets worse, then I think, people are going to have to be putting cameras up, be a lot more secure with what they have. It's not the 1950s where you can leave your front door open anymore. You have to protect your investments.
Right.
And it breaks my heart to hear these stories. I absolutely hate it.
Yeah, and it goes back to the same thing, our parents used to say it all the time when we, were young, and if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Right? So, yeah, if you find this phenomenal deal, do some research, find out what's really going on before you, find yourself in a bad situation too.
My favorite thing to do is to make friends with miners. So if I am looking for a certain type of stone, I'm going to look for someone who actually mines that material, and I'm going to support them directly. Honestly, it takes out the middleman. You're saving money because you're probably getting it wholesale versus retail. And you're keeping our rock economy going. So we got to support our miner friends.
And that's kind of what Jaws and I are doing late tomorrow evening. We're headed for Rufus, Oregon. We're going to Beers Mountain and go do some digging up there. Bring back, a half a ton of jasper, so if I can get it in the back of my car. And that really is a good way to do it. And I've been doing that for the last couple of years, going to some of the mines directly and buy straight from them, because it circumvents a lot of that either the fake material or the stolen material, the unethical sales of some of the material. And it really does. It makes it easier on them.
Hey, Sprite, I always ask people when they come on, what is your favorite gemstone? I know Dave's is turquoise. Hands down, we had a good conversation about
I don't know that I have a favorite, but I definitely have an affinity toward quartz crystals and tourmaline, garnet. There's these things called, what were they? The Uvite, right? They were just these little kind of tourmaline-like, they look like little UFOs. I haven't seen those in a while, but what else do I like? I like azurite crystals. I like anything that's got good form and symmetry. I'm really into symmetry. I'm not into clusters. And sometimes I'll pass up on some material that, all they would have to do is knock it apart, and then I would probably just get all the pieces. But I never feel like I wouldn't take a cluster and break it just to have the individual stones. But I like things that pack up well, and I'm just really into the geometry of some of the stones. So the material could change, but things that I'm not as into would be like malachite is real spindly. I don't like to touch that. Yeah. Can't say what my favorite would be, but I mean, people definitely know that I'll always pick up Lemurians if they have them.
So if you see him at a bump,
Same.
raise those prices when you see him walk in.
Yeah, well, that's what we did. Yeah, watch Dave's videos. You'll see these guys that I convinced them to let me bring my friend to do a video, and they're like, whatever. And then we do the video.
They were
I
so
get my songs. Then next time we go back, they're like, "Oh, you got to do another video," and I'm like, "Ease up." And they raised the prices on me. I just couldn't even believe it. It's the first time that I
Wow.
consciously have had. Usually, you bond and you make some deals, and then the next time you go back,
Would have been
the price
cheaper.
goes down a little bit.
Yeah,
That's how I
exactly. Yeah,
remember
yeah,
America
yeah.
being.
No
But
way.
now the new America is like, "Oh no, here he comes! Quick,
Yeah.
everybody, raise your prices."
Because people are
So-
greedy now instead of, like Jaws said earlier, it's about building relationships, right?
Yeah, that's
what it
that's
should
always
be
what it-
about.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what it was
That's
for
the
me.
fun part of it. That's the bonus. Like for me, it's real simple. The making money part is the bonus part.
Excellent.
Important part
That's
is
a
the
blessing, for
relationships that
sure.
you build. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're not
So
gonna take the coins with you into the next world. So
That's right.
the relationships that will matter.
that's right. That's
I'm gonna
right.
line my tomb with all my stuff so I can play my fancy guitars in the afterlife.
All
There you
right.
go. There you go. Right?
Are they gonna have to? They'll sacrifice Dave's donkeys, and they'll be in the tomb with him, so they can
Yep.
carry his.
Oh, hey, I'm
All
with
his
David. I
treasures.
I already told my wife, the Paul Reed Smith goes in the grave with me. They can have everything else.
All right.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's a keeper for sure. He made good guitars.
I never had a real one. Only had the Korean ones.
Hey, Sprite, one of the viewers wants to know where the name Sprightly Sprite comes from.
That came from some fellow rock friends, Cody and Jasmine. We were at a Dead show up at Red Rocks, and I was singing and dancing, and Jasmine said, "You're a sprightly little sprite," and then her husband started saying, "Yo, Sprite," and it
There
just
you
kind
go.
of took on.
I
from
love
there.
that.
Stuck. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
great.
I would never name myself Sprite. That's ridiculous. You know. And Dave had one of his audience said, "I'll never call a grown man Sprite." So that could probably go on my headstone memorial one day. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, it's a fun name. It's kind of silly and cartoony, but it fits for just meeting a bunch of random people, and then they can remember. And it's
Right.
kind of neat when I'm looking at a table full of stuff, and I hear from over on one side or the other, "Is that Sprite?"
Right.
Oh
Right.
yeah,
Ah, yeah.
It becomes a conversation piece.
it does for sure. Yeah. If not in itself, it's just that it's a little bit of a
Right.
character kind of thing. It's like, "Oh, there's Mork from Mork."
Right. Right. And it makes me think of, that's a happy dude.
Yeah, right,
Like
exactly.
it just, there's a
Yeah.
happy dude that you want to meet. So
Thankfully, it's only been probably 3 times that people think it has to do with a sugary soft drink. And,
Lemon lime.
yeah,
Right,
that is
right.
You're not talking about the straw in the old Moldavite green Sprite bottle.
Hey, Dave.
What? I'm confused.
What was
about
your favorite new stone at anything this year so far? Or at Tucson, let's just say Tucson. What was your favorite new thing?
I like the rose quartz.
The rose quartz? That was new to you?
Yeah, I've never seen it in person. I
Okay.
had this one lady drag me around Tucson. We were just on the hunt for rose quartz like 2 years ago. And we went to like every venue, and everyone's looking at us like we're crazy. We're like, "What do you mean? It's over there, $6 a pound." So what are you talking about? And the rose quartz was awesome. I should have bought a bunch. I could have got it as cheap as like $40 a specimen if I bought, like 500 pieces. Which
Right.
I
Is
have
this-
a habitual crippling guitar addiction that's ruining my life. I can't.
No.
Did you
But,
Did you see other rose quartz than what Ken got?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, because I didn't.
Oh yeah. I
see.
saw some nice long ones.
Wow, I didn't see that, man.
Motel
You didn't
6.
tell me. Man.
And then like another new material I was taking pictures of was the Emerald Rose Veracite, which has been out for about 1.5 years, and that is a lady from England is actually bringing that over. The original name that she was calling it was Emerald Rose. You see the white there? It looks
Wow.
stable.
Beautiful.
It's not stabilized. That white
Wow.
stuff.
Wow.
Doesn't it look like
Wow.
glue on there?
Yeah,
Kind
it
of.
does.
It's not stabilized. It goes by 2 other names. Black Ridge is one of them, and Kush. With a K.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense to me.
Do you have some of that, Dave?
It had
I
a funny
do.
spelling, right? Kushk.
A funny smelling.
It's a region in Iran or something.
It's
Okay.
beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful, but
That's nice
I
material.
think it's way overrated.
Oh yeah.
It was like I see people selling between $3 and $5 a gram. McKay Anderson, one of my favorite
McKay's
dealers.
always high. I love
Dude.
McKay, but he's always high priced.
McKay
I
had it the second cheapest. I mean, McKay is expensive. He's but he's spending $20,000 at a time. That's got to be
Yeah.
scary to like
Yeah.
get something to where you want it. As affordable as you need it, you have to spend 20, 30, 40, 50 grand
Right.
in this industry.
I need to get me
And
some
he
plugs
had
made
it
out of
down
that.
to $2 a gram, I think. But
Wow.
still, I have a nugget in the car about this big. I should have showed it to you guys and sold it to somebody watching. That I'm not going to cut it, and it's probably a nugget the size of, I don't know, dang,
Like 2 1-inch plugs? Is that what you were gonna say?
no, like
Oh,
2 inches around, like 2 inches around, maybe $190. A little, and for the
Wow.
color, if it looks stabilized, you're working against yourself having to tell people that it's not.
Right.
Like turquoise, that's green. If you have to tell somebody it's turquoise, it doesn't matter what kind it is, and you're working against yourself, kind of.
Right.
And but that stuff is nice. Jeffrey or Jeremy Hill, I don't remember what it is. I think it's Jeremy Hill. You were there with me, Sprite, at the Miners Co-op with your dog.
Mm-hmm. Dusty.
With Dusty. He was the guy who had the fasting rough. Jeffrey Hill, I think is his name. He had the best deal on that material. I think
We're
it's
talking about the Veracite?
Yeah. The best
It's
deal on
escaping
it.
me right now.
And
I do like that stuff, though.
yeah, I have a chunk. I'll sell it to you.
Well, you were supposed to get some for me from your friend MK for helping write all those orders, remember?
Well, I got a piece in the car for you. I'll give you a very good price. For you,
Well, now, David, you like turquoise, you like Veracite. Have you dealt with the Veracoise?
Yeah, and that's a touchy subject because it's like, when is it that color? When is it technically Veracoise? It's not a matter of color. Like when it comes to Snowville Veracite, I was given a big chunk from Don from Diamond Pacific, and it looks just like turquoise. It's dark. It's a deep blue. It goes to light blue, and it still is a Veracite. And what it comes down to is chemically either a hydrated copper phosphate or hydrated aluminum phosphate. And I love Veracoise. And there's even like, you can get, and I don't like to say this in front of people because I'm going to get 100 messages from people saying, "Oh,
No, don't do it."
You can get Chrysocolla in turquoise in Veracite. It can happen.
Really?
People at home watching, don't think that chunk of turquoise, that chunk of Chrysocolla that everybody's been saying was Chrysocolla. Don't send me messages asking me. Oh, because you got to get it tested. You know what I mean?
I need to pull up
I made
Frank's
them.
thing.
I've been telling people for years to send their stuff to the Socorro University, and it was $50 an analysis for a New Mexican resident. And I contacted somebody, and they said because of my videos that they're 3 years behind now. Good for the university, but terrible for
Good
me.
job.
I want to get some stuff tested, and the GIA stuff is so expensive to send stuff away.
What is the pricing that you've seen on the Veracoise, Dave?
Oh yeah, I saw a piece of Veracoise From somebody who worked for Broken River Mining, who specializes in boulder opal, and the kid bought a piece or traded a piece for some boulder, and it's stunning. It's a lot more gemmy because like varicose can look really gemmy opposed to turquoise, which can be opaque. It can be gemmy too, but varicose is incredible. There's some varicose coming out of Lincoln County, New Mexico. It's a darker green, but it is a blend of the two phosphates. There's some varicose coming out of Nevada. Definitely out of Tonopah. I love it. But
the stuff that I got, so here about 3 years ago, I went to the Prineville, Oregon show, and I met somebody up there. It's the first time I'd ever heard of the stuff. And I have two pieces that are probably 5 or 6 grams a piece. They're small pieces. They donated to our charity. But they were selling it at that time for $34 a gram.
That's a good price.
What? Wow.
That's
wow.
A very good price. I'm thinking like $12 to $30 a carat, depending on the variation.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've got it stuck in the back of a drawer here somewhere. I don't touch it.
Keep it there.
Right?
No, that's definitely stuff that you don't just cab and then make the jewelry around it. You make the jewelry and then you cab within it. Like,
right.
You know, it's for a special piece.
Beautiful stuff.
Oh man, I'd love to see it.
I'll dig it out one day and get you a photo of it.
I have an addiction to turquoise. I'm in debt right now with McKay Anderson $1,000 to which is easy. It pays for itself. You know, I buy, let's say his Morenci 2, which is actually from Nakazari. If somebody's selling you something called Morenci 2, folks, know it's from Mexico. It's just a trade name. I paid $2 a gram for it. I sell it for $5 a carat. There's no secret to it. It's just a good material. It's a lucrative material. And a lot of
good material sells itself.
Yeah, and if you have to like not tell people what you're paying for it, then there's something sketchy going on there. A good material, you could be absolutely honest. It's finite. It's rare. You got to buy when the getting's good, and usually you have to buy enough of it where you can get it down to a price that you want it. And turquoise is definitely one of those ones. Turquoise that I would stay away from would be stabilized Kingman. Number 8 turquoise I would stay away from.
Why number 8? Because that one is such a beautiful turquoise to me.
Well, good number 8 is great, and gray Kingman is great. You know, Ithaca Peak. There's over 30 different variations of number 8 turquoise.
Really?
I would say, yeah, I should say that again. Affordable number 8, you should stay away from. You know, I was at the Kingman Company at the Gem Mall or Holodome. They sell their stabilized and dyed matrix. They stabilize the material and they dye their matrix for $5.50 a gram.
No way.
Yeah, no thanks.
Their natural turquoise they had in the buckets. I was with Sprite. Their natural was $4 a gram, but it didn't have the dyed matrix, so it looks less appealing. People are just going there. Here's the thing. People in the turquoise world who live turquoise, they don't need to go to Kingman to get good Kingman. They have their old supplies, and the stuff that's coming out now is just simply different. A good turquoise dealer like Mr. Ernie Montoya is not selling his good stuff. Kingman, to me, at the Tucson show, was not selling good stuff. They're selling okay stuff that will pay for itself. But how do you buy stabilized and dyed matrix turquoise for $5.50 a gram and try to get, what are you going to do? You're going to get $5 a carat? I mean, it's tough. It just doesn't have the look. And you want something at least with a natural matrix. I can go on. And some people are going to be like, hey, look, I love that look. And they're not going to agree. But
So since you love turquoise so much, David, back in the late 60s, early 70s, I lived in Kingman. Most of my family were from there. I had an uncle who became very, very wealthy. He was one of the first people to really delve deep into the Kingman turquoise. And he would actually do it in small cement mixer barrels. But the secret to the whole thing was he worked at the copper mine where they were finding most of it, and he was bringing it home in a giant lunchbox that he had. Nobody knew he had it.
it's a classic, right?
That was, and that was back in the day. Really, turquoise didn't have the value or the fame that it has now. Back then, he was one of those who helped make it what it is.
Big time renaissance for turquoise. I hear a lot of stories about the Bisbee mines that people will bring it home the same way. And the stuff that your uncle, or I believe it was your uncle, you said?
Yeah, it was my uncle.
The stuff he was bringing home is not the stuff they're selling stabilized at the Holodome today. It was another level.
I can imagine.
Some of that stuff can go for hundreds of dollars a carat. Tiny,
Oh.
size of your pinky can be.
Isn't there 4 carats in a gram?
5 carats
5.
in a gram.
5. Okay.
How you doing,
Jesus. My God.
My goodness. My Barracks voice is worth a fortune.
Andrew sent the list of tonight's commenters.
Okay. Thank you.
My phone died. Right.
Oh, no.
That's why you have it instead of me. I don't have the list tonight. You have the list.
Can anyone?
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. So because sorry to interrupt everybody else what you guys are all talking about. Let me pull that list up. Because I missed my intro, I didn't get a lot of information out there that I'd like to get out really fast right
It's
now.
the picture. The picture's last week. The printed one is today.
I gotcha. Okay. We'll do that in a minute, but I just want to, make a couple quick announcements if that's okay. So the giveaway for this week, because we had so many people commenting, I'm going to actually do 3 giveaways because it's my week and I can do whatever I want. It's my show.
You can do what you want.
It's her party and she can do what she wants to.
That is right. So chances are you'll either receive a book and some tumbled stones, or you will find something very cool from me for free. If you do happen to be the winner, all you have to do is send an email to rocktalklapidary@gmail.com. I will put that on the screen later when we draw the numbers. And give me your mailing address, and I'll just ship that right off to you. There's no strings attached. It is just a thank you for hanging out with us and watching the show. And then I also we are doing a great big giveaway. So at the end of the season, on episode 20, we'll be doing giveaways. As far as I know, I'm the only one so far that is doing it. Nobody has announced it, but
I'm going to be doing one as well.
Part of the giveaway is every week leading up to that, I'm going to add something to the box. So we're starting with this giant piece of honeycomb calcite that was announced last week, and then
it makes amazing stuff.
Wow!
Cool. Look at that! I love that.
I got one of them.
So this week I'm adding to it. This is an Indonesian coral that has been tumbled, and I'm going with the theme of yellow sunflowers because spring, and I love sunflowers. So yellow. So to get entered in that, it's 1 entry per person each episode that you watch leading up to that, and I am definitely keeping track of all the names that come on. So if you come back and watch every episode, and you'll be entered 9 times. If you just enter today, you also still have a chance to win that.
You got any moldavite in that box you're giving away?
No, stop talking about that. Oh, that is my arch nemesis. I cannot. Everybody knows this if they watched my episode. So, I'm not ready to do the giveaway yet, but if you guys are, I'm totally okay with doing that as well.
And I know some of the others of us are planning on joining in on that as well. So we will be doing our giveaways right along with you. And so I haven't decided what all I'm going to do yet, but it'll be liked.
I'm doing one big one.
Nice. Yeah. It's just a fun way to give back to the community. We are here just to learn and explore everything about rocks. And I do not have a business. This is my hobby. This is what I love. It's my passion. So I know there's a ton of other people out there like me who just love rocks, and that's kind of all it's about right now.
And Brad said he's going to be adding to it as well.
That leaned back from the
Thank
camera,
you, Brad.
so I think he's just going to let you pick from his shelf there.
Brad couldn't be here tonight because he's doing a big gem show at a home show in Vernal, Utah this weekend. So he's getting all set up for that.
On your phone, Sprite.
Excuse me?
Oh, I got you. Just keep going, Tristan.
Oh yeah, I had made a.
You can't make me.
I know I can't. I love you though.
Clue me in on how to enter the chat. I have to have a separate device. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you actually have to log into on a separate tab, log into the actual YouTube and go into there and do it that way.
Okay. I'm not going to mess around, but I'll just let everybody in the chat know that I am checking, and I want to give my shout out to Everybody Rocks, and I recognize also another name, Jackie. What's up? So cool. Yeah, thanks for everybody throwing in your comments, and community building is the way to go, and little community chats are definitely good bonding experience. I hope you all get to be friends with each other, and that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, we want to build a community here, kind of like a family. You know, you can always come back. You can expect us every week during our seasons. You know, we have 10 episodes left, then we're going to take summer off and go rock hounding, and you know, it's great. It's going to give us a chance to recoup and maybe come back with some new and amazing things for next season in the fall.
All right.
It's going to be a great summer.
Dave, are you knocking me around? What are you doing?
You're right, Frank. The Rock family is what
Dave,
it's all
I can't
about.
hear you, brother.
Dave, you're muted.
High five.
Oh, is that it? Oh, it's this way.
There you go. That's cute.
Yeah.
So it looks like we have 1 through 18. Dave, I'll let you pick the first winner tonight. Can you give me a 1 through 18?
How about 13? Let me see.
Ray Castella is 13. Congratulations,
13,
Ray. I don't know if you're still here. Now, Courtney is my helper, and she usually does all of the back stuff. So let me do something really fast. I'm just gonna put our information up here so you know how to contact us. I need your real name, I need your mailing address, and that's it. Sprite, I'll have you pick the next winner.
1 through 18?
Yes, sir.
All right, people. What's it going to be? Let's go for 8.
A lucky number.
Jennifer Mittner. Jennifer Mittner.
Congratulations,
You are winner
Jennifer.
number 2.
You got it, Ray and Jenny.
Okay, so we have one more spot left, Dave. Go ahead, pick that number.
How about number 1?
First comment. I like that.
Mr. Lamphel. I hope I'm saying that right.
Woohoo!
Now, Dave, you're not going to believe this. I was just sitting here thinking, and all the time I've done this, I've never seen anybody pick number 1.
No, yeah, that's true. Nobody ever does.
Like
That's a first. Gotta love that.
Yep.
Landfill said Yahoo!
You know, people who pick like the first number or the last number, they're always like, I don't think they really think they're gonna win. One of my beloved friends, Everybody Rocks, usually picks like the last number.
And wins more often.
I have a guy that comes into my show every day and picks 69. And if 69 isn't my giveaway guess, he picks like 269 if it's in the spread. Or 169. He's done it for 3 years straight, dude. Dead serious.
I like
he
people
win?
like that. That's funny.
He's won a couple times, yeah.
Nice.
One time he won this big piece of horn coral. It was red. Big old red piece. And that stuff's been harder to come across nowadays from Utah.
Yeah, I bet.
And it was still in the Matrix. It was cool.
So just remember, everybody that is watching and commented live, you are still in the drawing. We're hopefully going to have a whole bunch of big drawings at the last episode of the season. So, yeah. I think that we covered a lot, but Sprite, I didn't get to ask you my one question I always ask everybody, and that is, if you could eliminate one mineral from the existing on the entire planet, please tell me what would it be, and it's moldavite.
Whoa, what a question. I might have to answer this on the next show. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, come on.
You gotta think about that one, huh? I don't
He's
have
gonna
to
let that
think.
suspense build.
Yeah. Ooh,
We would love to
Sally.
have you back.
Who
We would
gets
love to have
voted
you back
off
and
the
get that
island?
answer.
Yeah, what
Voted off
kind
the
of a
island.
mind comes up with a question like that? That is some
Sick and twisted ones.
sinister. Yeah, huh? I guess it would probably have to be something that was spindly and oily. I don't know.
I wonder what that would be.
Yeah, huh? Dave?
Some kind of oil shale type of material.
Yeah, maybe Shatterkite. Springite. Which is it? I always forget which one's which. Whatever one from
Shungite, I got you, buddy.
Yeah, from Colombia and Russia, the ones that
Shungite.
everybody is so hopped up on. No, I wouldn't want to get rid of any of it, but I could just pass them by.
Sprite's
Yeah.
off the island, for sure.
What's that?
Everybody,
Booted off the island.
I'm off the island. All right.
oh, voted off. Oh no. Everybody Rock said uranium, and I gotta disagree. I love uranium. Like, that's one of my favorite things. I have this counter, and I love to check because in southern Utah, where a lot of my material comes from, it blows hot, so it's kind of fun to learn.
I think radiation's got a bad rap. I'm not buying a lot of radiation.
Dave likes to eat those rocks.
Lick them.
Well, he'll definitely be licking all the rocks, but I think he'll be eating them like that.
He'll be painting
That one guy
waffles
on
next.
YouTube.
Watch.
So do you get any of those Moki marbles in Utah?
Yeah. I have quite a few. They're really fun to cut in half because they're like an iron concretion full of
you
sand.
Heard it. You heard it. That hurt.
So
That hurt.
It
so
hurt me
then
too.
no, listen. You cut it in half. There's male and female, and you cut them in half, and it is just compacted sand.
Yeah.
And so you can scoop that compacted sand out, and then you have these hollow half spheres. They're kind of cool.
I bet they're
I'm
cool.
weird. I do weird things with rocks.
Well,
Don't ask.
I don't think that you're that weird. I know that I'm weird, and it does pain me when I go by and they're cracking the geodes, and the kids are so happy, and I'm like, no, leave the geodes.
Wait, would you leave geodes whole
It
and not
depends.
open them?
If they're real symmetrical, I definitely would. But if they're kind of lumpy and stuff, sure. See what it's
If
all
they're
about.
kind of lumpy, just the ugly ones, get them out of here.
But yeah,
So cruel.
those nice spherical ones, yeah, I think those should just stay. Just imagine what they're like inside. I'm an oddball like that.
What a fun show.
It
has
been a fun show.
It has been.
So, before we run out of here, can I show you all some
Please.
stones?
We love to play show and tell.
All right, cool. I'm gonna turn around right here.
Unfortunately, everybody, I have to run. I have to finish packing for tomorrow's trip, and I'm very short on time because I still
Yeah.
have to work and then leave after I get off work. And so I just want to thank everybody for being here and letting me be a part. Dave, it was great seeing you again.
Bye,
I'll
Don
see you
Lapidary
online, I'm
Dave.
sure. And
Shut up!
Kirsten, don't forget to tell everybody about our stickers.
I
Oh,
won't
want
forget.
one of them.
Oh, I'll
All right.
send you a couple. Yeah,
Dave, I can
absolutely.
send you some. I got a bunch, dude.
I'll
send
stick
it.
it
Yeah,
on my
yeah, we need to get
feed.
some of those out.
Make Ryan do it out of his
No,
stuff.
I'll send it to him. I'll send it to him, and that's fine. He'll have my sticker on his guitar. That's fine with me.
Sprite, it was great getting to meet you. Hope to
Thanks,
see you on the
Dave.
show again one day. I got to run. So, so long, everybody, and I'll see you next week.
Later,
Much love,
Okay,
Dave.
buddy.
bye.
Bye bye.
Sprite, I'm gonna make you big.
Okay.
She's gonna blow you up, son.
There we go. So now we can see like really a lot better.
So here's some of the stones that I collect.
Oh wow. That's really
Heavenly.
That's a nice
Mm.
one.
Now, does Did that first one have the striations? I think that one does. Striations is the level marker lines on the outside. It's often called Lemurian.
Well, these are not technically Lemurian. I do
Cool.
have a few in here, though.
Do you have any iris ones? Ones with irises?
No, I don't believe I do. What is iris?
Are you going to hold a light behind it and it makes a rainbow effect?
No. It's a shape of the, you know how the points come up? So then it creates a diamond shape.
Wow.
It's a metaphysical thing.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about it.
It's possible that I do, and I didn't pay attention.
Now.
This might be.
I'm really big into
Lemurian.
this.
This has definitely got your striations.
Oh, yeah.
Where is this?
Ooh. Is that a scepter or is that just a straight crystal with the double terminated point?
It's not really terminated. It looks like I was describing before how some things would be in a cluster, and I think they just smashed it, and this broke off.
That would be me when I first started digging quartz crystals, and I'd get plates out, and I'd be like, I want all the crystals, and then I got in trouble.
Wow,
So, don't do that.
Gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I like that one a lot.
Whoops.
That
And
is
if
nice.
anybody's wondering why my fingertips are green, it's because I was doing tie-dye. I taught my
I
nephew
see
how to
that
tie-dye.
behind you.
Oh, cool.
That's
yeah.
very cool.
If y'all want to see, those are brand new.
Is that something you're selling?
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with them yet.
Okay.
Show us the goods.
You gotta keep us informed of what you got going on from now on.
Oh, Matt pulled out
You're
the
part of
bubble
the
glasses.
family.
Should
Matt
we
pulled out the bubble
Bubbles.
should we move on from crystals and move to tie-dye, or
I'm
Dave
good
wants to
with
see
whatever you want to do.
all right, we'll look at a few more crystals and then
That's
Oh, wow. That one is
beautiful. Do you have any with inclusions? Do you like those?
this one's got maybe a little iron. You know, like I had mentioned before, I'm really about the shapes. So the occlusions, they can be in there, and it doesn't bother me. In hydros, some people go crazy over in hydros. I don't really care about that. I think it's neat, but that's not something that I look for. This one's got
Okay.
some, I don't know if you can see it very
Yeah.
much, but the light plays on
Yeah,
that.
you can see it.
Kind of cool.
Sprite didn't want to drink the anhydro with us at the
Oh,
convention.
no, I was so bummed out that you did that.
You drank an anhydro? How did you
was
feel
cool.
afterwards,
I have
Spider-Man?
superpowers.
Yes.
He did not have superpowers. He was complaining that he didn't feel well.
Yeah, I got really sick.
He got some 10,000-year-old parasite in his belly now.
Oh yeah, but it was full of water. Me and this kid who watches the channel, we cracked it open and drank it.
Next thing
Sprite,
you
you
know,
have such good taste in crystals. They
Dave's
work.
gonna be like, "We are Legion" or something like
You know what
that.
happens?
Yeah, his eyes turn black.
Here's
His
what
eyes turn
happens.
black, and he.
Here's what happens. Unfortunately, fat people get fat-related powers.
Oh
Like,
no.
There's no fat guy who gets like some cool superpower, like shoot beams out of his eyes. You get like your skin gets real stretchy, or you bounce, or like
You can taste this cheeseburger more than you could before, so you better
Yeah.
get the second
or
one.
you have an endless stomach or something. I
An
just haven't
endless
figured it out.
supply of charisma.
Oh gosh.
Here's a
I'm
nice
still thinking
gummy
about that
bear.
coconut curry and rice you talked about
Oh
earlier.
man, yeah. Anybody who wants to get their food truck together, there's a great food truck business out of Denver, and they show up by the Coliseum there, and they do some kind of like vegan something or other. But man, they really put the flavors together well. And I used to tell them to go down to Tucson. Who knows? Oh, this one's an old one. I've had this for a long time. This one's got this frosty white kind of weird crystally druzy almost. It's hard to pick up in this light, but
Show us the tie-dyes.
all right. So
Heck yeah.
say goodbye to these.
Oh, they're
Bye.
gorgeous. Look
Oh,
at that. I can feel the energy from here.
I'll give
Nice.
you 50
It's beautiful.
Great.
Cool. All right. Ow. Oh, this is also the oddball that went in.
Oh, I
What
like
is it?
It's an amethyst with some kind of like white cap.
Oh, wow.
Is it Namibian?
Dave, you know, your guess is probably better than mine at this point.
Namibian? Nambia.
Dave likes to
Namibian.
African, right?
Namibian.
David likes to say that I taught him everything
Nambian.
he knows, but the
Nambian.
fact is,
Nambian.
he's
Nim,
moved
nim, nim,
past
nim.
me. He tells me things that I either have forgotten already or never knew. He's really
Like
on
his
his game.
breadsticks.
Whoops. I'm gonna
I love Sprite so much.
jump off these.
Seems like a really good soul to me, dude.
One of the best times
I'm
of my
so
life.
glad you brought him on.
Yeah, me too. He's got really good vibes. I love it.
Yeah.
The best.
Oh, that's great.
Is
That's
that a tea
awesome.
towel?
Awesome.
Purple
That's
my favorite-
beautiful.
Dude, it's literally purple and turquoise, my two favorite colors.
Well, you're making some sales tonight.
Yeah, that's
Those
awesome.
are great.
Beautiful work.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hey, folks, I'll be right back.
All right,
problem.
Dave.
I too love tie-dye. Ooh, I like that. Nice shapes.
Talk about symmetricality.
Oh, that one's pretty.
I actually like that one. That reminds me of a Rorschach test.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that one too. That's awesome. Yeah.
Look at that shape.
Like a
That is a
kaleidoscope.
tetrahedron.
Yeah.
Very cool. Oh my goodness.
What's your,
Little
your
ink
first
blot.
I'm so
time doing that,
jealous.
huh, Sprite?
That would make an awesome quilt.
I think that's my favorite. It looks like a big purple snowflake.
Yes.
That last one I'm keeping.
Dang, that sounds
Ah.
my favorite. I just told him that's my favorite. It's a big purple snowflake.
Nice. Yeah, that one came out pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
favorite
they're all
was.
okay.
Yeah, my favorite.
You had a
I
favorite?
want to tell you my favorite.
All
Let
right.
me. Was the one shaped like a tetrahedron. I love that shape. That is like
Oh,
such a
so-
cool shape to me.
Like,
Kirsten, right now you're just a big forehead. No, I'm just saying I can't see your mouth. All I see is.
I can't help it. It's a 6 head.
Oh, whoa, no. You have a nice head. Don't be like that.
Back up a little bit.
I do this. I get really close to my computer so I think I can see things better. It doesn't really help. Oh, so what got you into tie-dyeing? Have you always done that? Is that something fun?
I kind of always have. I first did tie-dye in 1974, I think. And woo! All right.
I love bright colors. Yeah.
I learned it at school, like a lot of kids do. I learned it was like at a preschool, I think, and it was just kind of blobs and amoebas, you know, just bubbly stuff.
Like mine.
And then it wasn't until high school when I was hanging out with some hippie kids. That's when I started to kind of get into it again, and then after I started seeing Dead concerts. It really, it all kind of clicked for me, and
That's wicked. Very
yeah,
cool.
yeah, tie dye. I don't always wear it, but I love to look at it.
Well, it's getting awful late tonight, guys. We made it an hour and a half on a 1 hour episode. So,
Thanks for having me.
yeah. So what we do is we usually invite our guest or our co-host to say the last thing, and then our guest to say the last thing before me. So it looks like Ryan, I will wait. Let me put it back to this. There we go. Ryan, go ahead and give us your last thoughts for tonight.
I am always so humble whenever I'm talking to you, Dave. Sprite, it was such a pleasure, dude. For
Thank
real.
you, Ryan.
I want to get in touch with you and learn some more stuff. I'm so eager to learn all the time. So anything I can learn from anybody, I'm about
Oh, Ryan, dude,
thanks.
you're bad to the bone, bro.
it. I love you, dude. Thank you so much for coming back on. I got to get a shout out to my buddy Frank Brown, once again, thank you so much for the awesome pictures. RC Cola. I will talk to y'all later. Okay.
Toodaloo.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Ryan.
Later.
Okay, Matt, that leaves you up.
Yeah, thank you guys. Just an awesome show, awesome energy. Been watching you guys here lately. You know, I'm kind of new to the scene, so I'm soaking it all in and just appreciate the opportunity to have a chat with you guys.
Dude, you're awesome, Matt. And you got
New to the scene with that collection.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
That's only part of it, but yeah, I've collected for a long time. I just started dabbling in, you know, cutting and polishing, and gonna kind of turn towards, you know, monetizing some of my love for it, you know.
You kind of have to support your collection growing sometimes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm real artsy anyway. I'm a concrete artist. I do cut, carve, stone, you know, concrete, waterfalls, all kind of silly stuff with concrete. So it's just kind of evolved into this. Now I'm cutting rocks.
Do you put the stones into your work?
I have. Yep, I have.
Oh, cool.
That's
That must
awesome.
look
I have.
fantastic.
Yeah, we call it exposed aggregate, exposed to polished aggregate. It's pretty wild stuff.
I gave some crystals to a buddy. He's a home builder, and he put them all into a concrete bathroom counter. So he
Yeah.
put them in the bottom and then put in the cement
Absolutely.
and then what do you call it? You know, polish the top. And I was like, no, my children, but it looked really cool.
Yeah, it's really crazy stuff.
Nice.
But again, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
So appreciative, Matt. See you in the future.
Yes.
Thank you, Matt. And it's down to 3. Go ahead, sprightly sprites.
Are we
All
gonna
right,
make
well-
out or what?
Thank you for having me, and everybody in the chat. You're awesome. I don't recognize everybody, but I see somebody, Absolutes and Illusions. What a great name! And maybe you watched our show in Tucson. Fantastic. And if anybody is in the chat that has met me personally, I want to really give my appreciation for watching and just see you all around. And yeah. Oh, if somebody could maybe link to my YouTube channel, and then if anybody wants to reach me through that, my email is in the About section.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna put you in the back room. You can hang out with the guys, and I'll be right there. Okay.
So,
Later, Dave.
love
Thank you,
brother.
thank you, thank
We'll make
you.
that later, Sprightly. So, April 26th, if you were in Colorado or New Mexico, me and Sprite are opening for View Farcatore, huge artist out of Mali. Come down to Taos, New Mexico if you folks are into African music or African blues. It's going to be sold out, so get your tickets soon. That is Taos, New Mexico, View Farcatore, April 26th. Our Sprite's band, Doghead Saint's, going to be opening up for him. He just lets me play with him.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Very exciting. Put that on your calendars if you can be there. Thank you so much, Dave, for coming on. We always learn so much, and you're fun, and that's what we want.
You're a blessing to the community. You always have been. You've been there pretty much before everybody else, and it's good to see that you keep going. You never stop, and you're always getting better. You're stunning.
I'm relentless. Rah, like a bad rash. All right, Dave. Thank you. See you in the back room. Oh, I love you too. What a great show tonight, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for coming out and sharing the joy and love of rocks with us. And next week, our guest is going to be John and Sherman Rowland of Highland Park Lapidary. And that will be a very interesting show to hear what the new things are that they have coming out. So be sure to tune in next week. Remember the giveaway. If you are a winner tonight, rocktalklapidary@gmail.com. Get me your mailing address and your real name. I don't know that the post office delivers to TikTok names. So anyways, thank you. We'll see you again in a week. So you guys take care. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Great show, guys. Let's go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. See you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.